Hey, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, my name is Mickey and I am the Thrifty Monkey on the Poshmark app, eBay, and Mercari. And today I am tackling some more of the shoes that I got. I believe these are mostly shoes from Jomar. So last video I did some shoes from the ThredUp shoe unboxing, and there was a lot more cleaning and damage than I was aware of. Today I think I picked a box of shoes that were almost ready to go. They were some of the better shoes, I believe, from the Jomar, and then I have one or two pair thrown into this box that were from rummaging around here a month or so ago, that I just haven't gotten to yet. I have been really bad about getting everything listed. I did want to touch on, with all of these shoes that I have gotten, I have run out of places to store shoes. I see a lot of people will put them in stacks on shelves. I'm afraid to do that because if I go to the work of getting them all ready and then they sell and for some reason they got marred up or something, that bothers me. So I was talking to my husband, and I think between the two of us we came up with a good solution. I had a pair of sandals hanging in a bag on a hanger, and my husband suggested, I have a lot of these pant hangers, and then I went and bought some more that have really strong clasps here. So I am hanging my shoes either in a small gallon bag, or I have larger 2-gallon bags for bigger shoes, and then the boots I'll have to put on a shelf if they're bigger than what will fit in a bag. But then I'm labeling them, and I've never labeled before, but I want to be able to go in, because I am finally getting my filing system for my clothing to a point where I can go up there and I can pull it out. I don't have to sit there and dig through and wonder where I put it. I've been doing a lot of back end cleaning and organizing and record keeping. Don't wait until you have 200 plus listings for clothing and then you possibly have hard goods on top of it. My hard goods, I don't have a filing system yet, so I still have to go through and figure out. I kind of have like cups and saucers in one area, little figurines in another, and as I go, I'm not going to pick up the same things. I made the mistake of, oh, okay, this person said this sells well, this sells really well, go for this. You have to find your own gold. Everybody is good at selling certain things, and there are certain things that I have bought that I'm not great at selling, evidently, because they sit there for a long time until I mark them way down. And granted, when I started doing this, I was listing primarily on Poshmark. And Poshmark at that time did not have a lot of history with sales for hard goods, because that is the home label is a new-ish addition to Poshmark. Now it's gotten a lot better, and there are a lot more listings that have sold that I can go back and get comps now. And also, when I did cross-list, I was cross-listing a lot of the time, just dumping it over, copying and pasting. I didn't have a cross-listing application like I do now. I use, oh goodness, I'm going to pause because I have to go look it up. It's been a long, hard week. Yesterday we had to run, and I drove for 4.5 hours to go pick up the meat to fill our freezer because we got a call and it had to be picked up because there's a shortage of locker space right now. So we purchased a whole beef, and we had to buy freezers to fit them in because we've never bought that much before. So we ran 2 hours up and 2 hours back, and we had to fit 10 large boxes of meat into all of our freezers. So I didn't get any of this done, and it was a tiring day. I had to leave work early because I didn't realize that the meat was ready. We had missed a phone call, and cell phones are great, but mine doesn't want to tell me when I have a missed call sometimes. And we get so much junk calls that if I don't know the number, I ignore it. I try to go back and listen to my messages, but I didn't know that I had had a missed call. So it sat there for a week, and they were really good about it. But anyway, off on a tangent. We are just trying to be a little more self-sustaining, and it's locally raised and raised well, and we're helping a small farm by purchasing it that way, and not big conglomerate grocery stores and things like that. I mean, we still shop in the grocery stores, but we like to know how our food is raised. So that's what we did. But anyway, it was a tiring drive because I got to do the driving. Like I said, 2 hours there, loaded up, 2 hours back, and then all the time trying to figure out how we're going to sort it and put it in our various freezers, because we don't have one big freezer, we have several small ones. But anyway, so that's why I'm not able to come up with names. So give me a second, I will be right back. Never mind, I remembered it as I was walking over there. It is Vendu. I purchased, I think I had purchased the smallest that you can do on Vendu, and you get 150 listings, I think, a month. And the nice thing is, I started out with that, and I think it's cross listing, because I want to be able to, I have so many things on Poshmark that I still haven't cross listed. I wanted to be able to take all those pictures, because I was copying and pasting everything. I would go in and take picture, save the photos in my Poshmark, and then I would paste them into eBay and Mercari. And a lot of the time on eBay, my pictures weren't good enough, for whatever reason. They worked fine coming through on Vendu. It's not saying that I shrunk them down too much to get a close-up of anything. So that works really well. So this this is gonna be a catch-all video. I apologize. But so I have that. That makes it easier to cross-list. And then okay, what I could got out of, I had to go back and watch the video to see what I was getting at. With the Vendu, I can go in and I can lower my prices on the other sites to where they need to be. I can do comps and things like that, and get them to a price where they're going to actually sell and not sitting there getting charged monthly fees to list all the items. This has gone kind of a long way around. What I want to do maybe in the future, I've been listing a lot more on eBay, and eBay it scared the heck out of me at first. The shipping scared me, because on Poshmark it's so easy. You list it and they pay $7.11 unless you decide to give them discounted shipping. So it scared me a lot. It doesn't scare me anymore. So that is another thing to take into account. If you are new, dip your feet in. Try, you can get to know one all you want, but don't be afraid to take that, that next step. Because eBay, if I list on there, my pricing is going to be better set for eBay and Mercari. And it should still be set okay for Poshmark for the most part. I mean, some things sell better on different sites, so you can take that into account, and you can do your searches and do comps and everything. But I am learning to go in and search for something that is the same as mine and sell now, and go through with that. That makes it a lot easier. On Poshmark, I have to come up with all of the info. Other things that people have done that I really like are taking pictures of their measurements. I might try to use that now that Poshmark has more than, what did they do, like 8 pictures for a long time, and now they have more pictures than anybody else. I couldn't waste picture space for measurements, but I have since learned how to use a site to do collage photos, which I have some of those in my closet and store, and so that saves space. And I also have more space for pictures. So I think, because on every listing that I do, if it's clothing, unless it's something really weird like dolman sleeves that make it really hard to measure the armpit to armpit, or something like that, I have listings for armpit to armpit, shoulder to hem, sleeve length if it's a normal sleeve. You know, I couldn't do it on these because this is not a regular sleeve. I can just say it's a long sleeve. Pants I do across the waist, because all my measurements are flat, and I say approximate measurements always, just to leave a little in there for air, you know. So across the waist, the rise, so from the seam and the crotch up to the top of the waist on the front, and then the inseam. So whether it's shorts or pants, I do that inseam, and they know how long the legs are. And then a lot of the time I will put the length or the width of the pant leg at the bottom, so they know if it's a skinny or what have you. But if I can take those pictures with a measuring tape, which also kind of makes me decide, do I do flat lays? Because that's going to make it a lot easier taking, you know, the photos with the measurements. And actually you could do flat lays and a combination of that with, you know, mannequin or hanger, because they just have to be in the listing. They don't have to be that first picture. You could do a nice one hanging if you thought it would look better hanging. There are so many different ways to do Poshmark, eBay, Mercari, and it's taking me a lot longer than most people to find mine. But I'm getting there. It's becoming a lot more automated. So there is that. And you know, this was going to be a shoe video. I lied. It's going to be a where I'm at video, evidently. I will close this one in a little bit. We'll talk about a few more things. I can kind of show you the box of shoes I have, but then I think we'll do a separate video of that. Just since I talked about it. Basically, this is what I got. I take them in and I went through them and found some really nice shoes that didn't need a lot of cleaning. They went into this box, so I will go through and clean these and get them ready in my next video. But I am happy I showed you my shoe hanging, and I will let you know how that goes. I think it's going to be really nice. I have 2 clothing racks, and then I have 2 back of the door hanging racks that they're about 1.5 feet wide. If I get to the point where I'm actually photographing and listing all of my items in a timely manner, I can leave one of those areas for my shoes. Or, since these are sealed in plastic bags, and I'm going to keep the bags, I'm not shipping the shoes in that. I'll wrap them in tissue paper and then put them in whatever box or bag I am shipping the shoes in. So then I'll always have that number. So I empty one out, I reuse the number. I had gone from a packaging system when I first started. I am all over the place today. I apologize. Might as well sit down and talk. I had gone from a packaging system where everything was in plastic Ziploc bags. And then I would ship in those. And I wrapped everything in tissue paper and put a ribbon around it, which I enjoy doing. But with the whole COVID thing, I quit wrapping everything. I still do wrap my shoes. It's not as scary anymore. When this whole thing came out, I quit wrapping everything in tissue paper because I didn't think that people would want something extra in their packaging that came from somebody else's home. It's not scary to the degree it was before. And I'm very careful with my products. They sit here long enough, honestly, that there is nothing, if they came from anywhere that had anything, which no one in the house ever got sick, knock on wood. And we're careful. We wear our masks when we go out in public and things like that. So, but everything sits long enough that, excuse me, dry throat from talking too much. I Nothing is going to have anything alive on it anymore, anyways. And I probably shouldn't worry so much. I enjoy doing the wrapping. It is a lot easier not having to. And I went and got these little cards, which are almost as cheaper than business cards. So I have my name on there, and I have my 2 websites that I sell on, and then I just put a thank you note on the back. I either say thank you and put my name, or I say thank you, hope you enjoy whatever your item is, your jeans, and I tuck that in there, so at least they still get kind of a personal message from me. I enjoy that part of it. It's fun to see people thank me for the care that I take in shipping. And I would not feel right if I didn't take care in my shipping. They purchased that from me. They have the right to get it in really nice shape, and a thank you from me, because they are helping me pay my bills every month. So I can't imagine not putting something of that in there. When I ran a store, I made sure I thanked everybody, that came in, and I greeted them, and I think that people that buy from us online deserve the same treatment, if not better, because they are picking us out of hundreds of thousands of people. I don't know. What do you think the number is? They're picking us out of all those other choices that they could have. So they deserve to have, things shipped to them in a timely manner and in good shape, and the best that we can give them, even if it is used clothing. I want to do a video so bad of my actual storage and photographing area upstairs. However, I have tubs of things sitting in the floor, and no walking space, and I'm not to a point where I can take a camera up there yet. So you get my dining room, where I do my videos, and I photograph sometimes on our table here. And I got my trusty little desk back here that I keep some shipping supplies. This has become my shipping area, because it's a lot easier just to go up and get a box of things and bring it down and ship it right now, because I only have one room up there. And even though it is the biggest bedroom that this place has, we're in a story and a half, so the ceilings on 2 sides slope down, so you lose shelf space on the ends, and then I have a double window on the sides, so I have to put something in front of that if I want to take photographs there. Right now I have paneling, like what you hang up on your walls. It looks like brick. And then I have another one that looks like an alder wood or something like that. It's kind of a grayish wood. It's very pretty, that I don't use because they're kind of heavy and awkward, and my little command strip fell off of the second one. So that's what happened with that. And I need to paint, because when we painted these walls, we were going to sell a house, and I picked this kind of clay color, and it needs to be refurbished. We didn't sell our house, and it's been like this for years. So one of these days I will have bright, clean, kind of a off-white color on all my walls down here, which will make it a little easier for taking pictures. Upstairs I have blue walls, but I use something in the background when I do most of mine on that brick, that faux brick paneling that I have. And I think we're gonna call this a video, and I will get it posted, and hopefully I can come up with enough content in here that it makes sense to you guys. And I thank you for stopping by. Please come back for my next one. I will try not to go on such a tangent. I will actually keep it about the items that I was going to do. So I will put a disclaimer in the title of this that it is kind of chat, I guess. I don't know. But thank you for stopping back. If you like this kind of content, give me a thumbs up. Let me know. Maybe we can have a chat every now and then. We can talk about how things are going with the selling, what you would do, what I would do different, that type of thing. But thumbs up would be great. If you like the content, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow it. It's slow. I think if I start putting my videos out more regularly, I think I might get up there a little more. And if you like to be notified when my content comes out, just hit that little bell and you will get a notification. But thanks again, and I will see you in the next video.